Hello friends. Today we have a Xiaomi vacuum cleaner for repair. You can see the photo with the name on the screen now. Now I will show you how to disassemble this vacuum cleaner. The engine in this vacuum cleaner is broken, and in order to change it, you need to completely disassemble this vacuum cleaner. And so we begin disassembling. To disassemble, we will need a screwdriver, blades, and a long star. Without it, you will not be able to disassemble this vacuum cleaner. I will leave a link to it under the video. It is called C2T8. They are sold as a set in the AliExpress store. Without it, you will not be able to disassemble this device. The link to them is under the video. If necessary, you can go and order. Well, friends, let's disassemble. First, you need to remove the battery. Press the button and pull out the battery. The battery is unscrewed in the following way. In the upper part there are two screws. They need to be unscrewed. There are also two screws at the bottom. After you unscrew them, you can use a spatula to disassemble the battery along the seam. There is a magnet in this switch. You don't need to take it out, but I'll show you how to do it. There is a latch here, and in the center we have a magnet that switches speeds. Now you need to remove the tank. Next, you need to remove the white plastic casing. It is convenient to do this with a spatula. The next step is to disconnect three connectors. In order to pull them out, you need to press the connector tab. After that, the connector opens. Next, you need to unscrew one screw. This screw is the same as the one on the long sprocket, so you can select the bit in advance. Next, using a spatula, we pull out this plastic protection. Next, you need to unscrew the hidden screw in this hole, which is located very deep, and now we will need a bit for disassembly. I don't have a pen, so I'll use pliers to unscrew the screw. And here is this screw. Next we need to unscrew the power wires. Here the screws are of different sizes on the plus and minus. Keep this in mind. On the minus, the screw is smaller, and on the plus it is larger. Then you need to unscrew the board using a Phillips screwdriver. Next, unscrew the two screws at the bottom. Pay attention to the wires. On one side there are 3 wires and 3 holders, and on the other side there are 2 wires and 2 holders, so you won't get confused. Then you need to pull out the part that we unscrewed with a long star using pliers. There is a button with a spring and a charging plug on top. Next, unscrew 5 screws. You can remove the filter cassette so that it does not interfere. Then we need to pull out the plastic with contacts using a spatula.
Now we need to pull the engine compartment out of the case. How to do it?
To do this, insert a long screwdriver where we unscrewed the hidden screw and apply pressure with it, and at the same time, pry up the latches with a spatula. Let's try to do this. Done. Our case is open. Next we need to pull it out. The case is disassembled. Then here are the transistors controlled by the magnet with the switch. Then we take out the black sponge. Then you need to unscrew 3 screws. Now you need to unscrew 3 screws. They are located around the perimeter in the form of a triangle. I forgot to screw them in when I assembled the vacuum cleaner, and so I decided to disassemble it again and at the same time shoot a video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and put your thumb up. And for those who want to support the channel, a link to donate under the video. Next, you need to disconnect the flask from the electric motor. To do this, you need to pry up the latches with a spatula. Next, you need to disconnect the connector. Next, you need to pull out this part. The next step is to unscrew 3 screws. Next, you need to mark the housing with a marker so as not to mix up the landing place later. Then we take out the cap. There are 3 springs on the cap, do not lose them. Next, we remove the silicone seal. Then we remove the sealing rubber. Then we take out the engine. We remove the second gasket. Then we remove the sponge. And finally, we can remove the plastic cover on the board. The electric motor here is C1901 M10E. I will also leave a link under the video to this motor. 25.2 volts and 350 watts. This is the motor. Done. Now you need to assemble it all in reverse order. Let's go. Done, friends. I hope the video was useful. Subscribe to the channel. You can also support the channel by clicking the link under the video. See you in the next videos.